Hey everyone, Erin here, and I'm here today with my September wrap-up and my TBR for October. I did end up reading 4 books in September, and I did really enjoy all of them, so let's just get right into kind of what I thought about them. The first book I read in September was Alive by Scott Sigler. I'm not going to say much about this one because I did just record a full review of this book, so I will be posting that probably tomorrow. So if you do want to know more of my thoughts about this book, I was very indecisive about it. I had very mixed feelings, so if you want to see what I thought about this book, you guys can check out my full review. Again, it's probably not going to be up right away if you're watching this right when I upload it, but it should be up tomorrow. I did give this one 4 out of 5 stars very generously. It's more of a 3 out of 5 stars, but there was a few reasons why I upped it up to 4. So yeah, that was the first book that I read in September. The second book I read in September was Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. And I don't know why it took me so long to get on this bandwagon. I'm upset with myself that it did take me so long, but I absolutely adored this book. I read it straight through. I honestly could not put it down. And I picked this up on like a Sunday and I stayed up until like 3 a.m. reading it. And then I went to work and all I could think about at work was going home and reading this book. Went home and just read it all through the night. And it was just so fantastic. I absolutely loved everything about it. It was so good. And I'm so upset that it took me so long to read this book, but I am happy that I finally did, and I'm so excited to see where this series goes. I did give it 5 out of 5 stars, obviously, because I absolutely loved it. The third book I read in September was Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas, which is the second book in the Throne of Glass series, and this one also I absolutely adored and I loved it. I did have to put it down for like a day or half a day just because it made me really angry. My poor shipping heart just got ripped in two. If you're gonna make me fall in love with 2 characters together, don't break them apart and just completely ruin my life, because I do not enjoy that. I did kind of see it coming and I could kind of prepare myself, because when you read a book series way later than when it was released, you obviously are going to run into spoilers, which I did. So I kind of knew it was coming, and I'm able to prepare myself now for the other books and kind of just let it go and not think about it and just not let it bug me. But I did have to put it down because it made me kind of angry. But I'm over it now and I am ready to see what happens next. I give this one also 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm really excited to continue the series. And the final book I read in September was Extraordinary Means by Robin Schneider. And since I had read a lot of dystopian and fantasy kind of lately, I decided to pick up a more light and fluffy read, which this was not a light and fluffy read. If you don't know, this book is about a boy who gets diagnosed with a rare strand of tuberculosis, so he gets sent to a sanctuary home with a bunch of other teenagers who also are battling with this rare strain of tuberculosis, and he meets a girl who he kind of remembers from his past, and they kind of rekindle their friendship. And it's kind of their adventures. It's kind of a coming of age, but it's also like a sappy story, and it's a funny story, so it's kind of everything intermixed into one. It's very similar to Fault in Our Stars, and I kind of knew that right away, and so I could kind of predict the ending, so it was a little bit predictable. The only thing that's kind of separated this from being like Fault in Our Stars and this was, well, for me, was I didn't really connect with the characters as much in this book. Like the ending, I didn't really feel as sad as I should have been. Fault in Our Stars, I actually teared up at the ending. This one, I didn't really. I felt sad and kind of upset about how it ended, but I didn't really totally feel, and I haven't really thought about the characters again after, so I didn't fully connect with them as much as I would have liked to, but I did really enjoy it. I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars, and I do recommend it. It was a good, funny, light, sappy read. If you're looking for all of those aspects together, then this is your book. So those are the 4 books that I read in September. Now let's get into what I plan on reading in October. For October, I tried to pick some books that go into kind of the theme of Halloween, but all the books that I read on my shelf that are horror and thriller I've already read, because I don't have any patience to wait until October to read them. When I buy them, I ended up reading them right away because it's one of my favorite genres. So I tried my best to kind of get the spooky or horror kind of theme into my books, but it didn't really work well. There's really only 1 or 2 that really fit into that theme. First book I plan on reading is Red Queen by Victoria Avard. This isn't anything to do with October or Halloween or anything, but I had picked this one up at the end of September and haven't finished it yet, so it's in my October reads. I've only heard awesome things about it and I'm really enjoying it, so it's definitely living up to those expectations right now. The second book I plan on reading is Crane by Stacey Roik, and this one obviously has to do with Halloween. This is a retelling of The Sleepy Hollow and The Headless Horseman, so I am super excited about it. I don't know too much about it, also only heard awesome things, and it's going to be perfect for October, and I'm really excited to pick this one up. The third book I plan on reading is True Ghosts by Andrew Hogman. This one is just a collection of short stories. I had picked this one up for my booktubeathon and just read a few of the stories, which this is probably going to be one that I'm not going to read the full book in just like one sitting. Their short stories are very short, like here's one, it's just kind of like real tellings of people and their experiences with ghosts, and so they're really short. They're only like a page or a page and a half, so they're really hard to get into. I find myself zoning out, so it's probably going to be one that I just read a few stories here and there. I was expecting the stories to be a lot longer, and they just really aren't, so it's probably just one that I'm going to pick up a few stories kind of every October until I finally finish the book. But this is one that I plan on reading a little bit out of this month. The fourth book I plan on reading is Wool by Hugh Howley, and this one kind of fits into the creepy, scary, thriller, horror aspect for October. The earth is deadly, and if you go outside you will be killed, whether or not it's from the atmosphere, the Earth's atmosphere, or if it's from something killing the people, I don't know. But that's kind of it, so it kind of goes, I guess, with the theme of like a mystery, kind of something's killing you. It says that with every birth there is required a death, so if someone's born, someone must die. I'm not really sure, that's all it kind of says on the back, so I don't really know too much about it, but I am really excited to read it. And the final book I plan on reading in October is Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. And this is one that I started last May, so it's been like a year. I got to page like 500 and I kind of stopped reading it just because these books are huge, and I don't really know exactly why I stopped reading it. I think it's mainly because the TV series is out, and so the TV series is kind of spoiling everything in the books, and I'm just not enjoying the books as much as I want to because of that. But the TV show kind of like royally pissed me off, and I am not really enjoying the direction it's going, and some events they changed from the books, and just kind of how they're displaying some characters that I love. I'm not enjoying, so now is my opportunity to pick back up the books, which I enjoy a lot more, and kind of the direction he goes with the characters. So I am planning on kind of continuing the series. I want to get through them all before the 5th book comes out very shortly, and before the new season comes out, just to kind of be able to know what happens in the books and separate it from these TV shows. If you've watched the TV show, maybe you know what I'm talking about, but I'm just not happy with the direction of some of the characters. Some of my absolute favorites. Sansa, poor girl. She's one of my favorites, and I just hate how they are just portraying her in the TV show. But yes, I am excited to continue the series, so I'm like halfway through it. I'm not going to restart it, so I'm just going to pick up where I left off. I am excited to kind of continue the series and to get my love back for this series. So these are the 4 books I read in September, and these are the 5 books that I plan on reading in October. If you've read any of these books, you guys should definitely let me know what you guys thought of them, or kind of what spooky and horror books you guys are planning on reading in October, because I'm always looking for new books around that genre. So you guys should definitely let me know what some of your favorite horror, thriller, mystery books are. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.